Hey guys, it's Natasha. Welcome to my video of a Valentine's Day look. I decided to do something very classy along the lines of Marilyn Monroe with just a really pretty cat eye and a bold lip. So let's get started. So first, I'm gonna prime my skin. I really like to use primer oil because if I use anything that's silicone based, it just sits on top of my skin and slides around all day long. And I always thought, like, why do people prime their skin? Because primers don't work. But what I realized was I was using the wrong type of primer for my skin type, which is, I'd say, combination, but in the winter, my forehead gets really dry, and in the summer, it's really oily. So I really love the primer oil, and that's when I started realizing that primer really did work. I just needed the right one. I'm actually gonna do my eyes first, and then we'll do the skin after. So this is NYX Proof It. I think it's a really great primer and it's cheap. NYX is a great line that's not too expensive. So I just put a little bit on my eyes. Having primers are really great to hold your makeup in place all day. So I'm gonna be using the Modern Renaissance palette, and first I'm gonna take Tempera and put it just all over my lid. The best brush for putting stuff just all over your lid is a flat brush. So you can just tap it right into place all over your lid. Then our next thing for our classic look is the crease. So I'm gonna use a blender brush to kind of blend out my crease with a little bit darker of a color. I'm gonna use this warm taupe right here. So put your brush in your product, kind of shake it off. And then I want the most of my product in the corner of my eye, so I'm gonna start here and blend. So you go in like tiny little circles and just kind of blend into that crease of your eye. Kind of put it on in like a V. So I start in the corner and then move up, and then I kind of bring it down a little right here too. So see, there's kind of like a V right there. That will help when I'm putting on my my liner and my lashes to kind of connect everything together. This is NYX Epic Ink Liner. So I'm gonna draw a little line where I want my cat eye to come out to. And then a little bit farther in, gonna go backwards and draw it in. Dang it. And then go through and kind of just fill it in there. Now, I'm gonna bring it from here and connect it. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up that little dot. So I'm gonna take a makeup remover wipe, take one of my brushes and wrap it around the end, and then I'm just gonna fix it. And then I'm gonna go in with my brush again. Just tap it right on that area. It's like it never happened. Okay, so next, curl your lashes. Put on some mascara. Right now I've been using the Crown Pro Volumizing Mascara in black. So next we're gonna do our face. So I just bought this brand new NARS. It's their Natural Radiant Longwear foundation that they've just come out with. And I needed new foundation, so I went to Ulta today. And I've heard raving reviews about it, so I'm really excited to try it. Oh, that's why. It doesn't twist, you just pull it off. Kind of like to get it like everywhere all over my face and then blend it in. Always make sure you blend a little bit onto your ears. You don't want to have this like harsh line right here. So make sure you blend a little onto your ears. And then always down your neck too. So you don't want to end up with a harsh line right here. This is called Bareskin by Bareminerals, and I love this stuff. So this is where I put concealer. I'm gonna take this wet beauty blender and blend it in. So this is what makes us mamas look really bright and awake, because it's getting rid of all of those fine lines, wrinkles, these, you know, dark circles that we get under our eyes when we haven't slept well. Then I'm going to take the NYX HD finishing powder. It's translucent, so what that means is it has no color. So all it's going to do is set everything for me. And see how that like shininess is going away. And then it will hold it in place. I do it in a tapping motion because you're trying to set everything that you just did. If you do like a wiping motion, you're going to wipe it off and move that concealer that you just put on to places where you don't want it to be. So now let's do contour. So this is a company called Mirabella, and this is their smooth stick. So if you were to suck in your cheeks like this, that's where you want your contour to sit. Then I'm gonna put a little bit along the sides of my face and along the top. And then a little bit, I need my mirror for this. A little down the sides of my nose and right underneath. You can also do a little bit on your jawline to be more defined. Now we're gonna blend it in. This is a hack brush from Mascara, and I really love this brush a lot. Blend it up into your hairline so you don't end up with this like harshness. What's nice about contour is that it brings all of this warmth and this color back into the face that we've taken out. Okay, now I'm gonna buff this in on the side of my nose. This I like to drag a little bit onto this bone right here so that it kind of goes up and goes around, so I don't just end up with this harsh like line right there. Okay, now we're gonna do brows. So I use a flat angle brush like this. The bristles are actually like really strong on this brush. And I like that because it makes it really easy for me to kind of sculpt out my brows. I love to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. My color is medium brown, and this is called Dip Brow. So what I do is I'm gonna start here and just make sure this line right here is defined. In the front, I kind of do like a little upward motion, and then once I get behind that, then I'll start drawing out my line. I like kind of the ombre effect when doing my brows, so I always like this half to be darker, and then it kind of gradiently gets lighter as it moves forward. So I typically do kind of start right here and start going back to the tail too. And I'll use the most product there to make it the darkest. Then I'm gonna take my brush with like the remainder of product, and I just kind of brush upward like this. Kind of attach those lines. And ta-da! My brows are done. So I've got it darker on the end, and then it starts getting lighter because I just used what was left of the product on my brush. There, that looks better to me. Okay, the next thing I want to do is add more color to my face. So let's do some blush. The blush I've been using is this blush by MAC, and it's called Gingerly. So you can tell, I use it all the time. And a fluffy MAC brush. And kind of just go in there and define those little cheekies. My blush looks best when it's kind of coming downwards like this. I feel like that is the correct shape for my face. Now, highlighter. Hold on, I have to find it. Okay, I can't find my favorite one, so I'm gonna improvise. I know it broke the other day, so I hid it somewhere. So I'm gonna have to find it. So we'll do bronzer, and then we'll do highlighter. So this is called Hula from Benefit Cosmetics. It is like the best bronzer ever because it is a really great tone for every skin tone. I have this MAC pigment. It's so pretty. Look at the iridescent in it. And it's just called Vanilla. And this works really good as a highlighter as well. And guess what? You can use your makeup however you want. There are no rules of like, you know, that this pigment has to be used for your eyes. It doesn't. It can be used on your face. It can be used wherever. So, okay, have you guys ever seen these like baby fan brushes and been like, what is that? I know like when I was younger and I got a big brush kit for Christmas and I got one of these and I was like, what is this? What do you use this for? It's for highlighter. So what's easy is like look for, tilt your head up a little, look for where it hits and just fan it onto your skin right there. And see how it's starting to kind of catch the light? It's so pretty. Like right here, right on the tip of my nose. For this, I think I'm gonna do it with my finger. Okay, so now for lips. So because I'm doing a really classic eye, I'm gonna do a bold lip. So whichever thing that is like best for your skin tone, that's gonna be a really fun thing for Valentine's Day, to either wear a really hot pink lip or a bright red lip. So make sure you line your lips if you're gonna use a really bold color, because it's really easy to mess up. And then trying to clean up a bright red lipstick can sometimes be really difficult. Okay. Once you've lined them, actually fill them in. Will help the lipstick stick to it. So one of my favorite reds is called Russian Red from MAC. And as you can see, I've used this a lot. Such a beautiful color that this looks so good on everybody. So let's apply. Now be really careful if you kiss anybody. Okay, now let's do lashes. Now we've got beautiful lashes. Last thing before we finish our look is to do underneath the eyes. Because this look is really classic, we don't have to do a lot. It's kind of like a flat brush, but it's a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna go into that warm taupe color and just kind of drag it from the edge of my eye to about halfway. And see how it kind of just like finishes the look. Now I'm going to take a pointy brush and dip it into that MAC pigment, the vanilla that we used earlier for highlighter. And I'm just gonna put it right here in the corner of my eye to it kind of opens up your eye and it gives it a place for the light to hit, and it makes it, I think it just looks so pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit right here on top of my brow bone and under my arch to just define it a little bit more. That is our Valentine's Day look. Okay, you guys, thank you for watching this tutorial on Valentine's Day look. I hope that it was simple enough to understand and that you guys feel super sexy when you go out with your man or your woman or significant other or whatever it may be. Even if you're going out for a girls' night with some of your friends, that you just feel ready to go for Valentine's Day and have a good one, share the love, feel the love, love is love. Bye.